Hey, welcome to Clarity Tarot. Today's topic is going to be, what are your gifts that you need reminding of? So sometimes we all can have a moment of feeling discouraged or not really seeing ourselves clearly. Hopefully this reading will give you a dose of, remember this amazing thing about you. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. We're going to start out with the Love Bombs Oracle, and then we will draw some tarot and see what else comes through. Check the description box for the timestamp for your reading. These are general readings, so if you need a personal, there's info in there to find out how to get a personal reading. And see you at your pile. Okay, pile 1. So let's see what cards you have. So we're starting out with more than once. Kind words from you have made my day. Thank you. And then we have, you have a wonderful family. I'm happy for you. So right away, what I'm getting here is there's something about your personal life that is very stable, very secure, very harmonious, very loving. This could be literally your family, like your family of origin. Maybe you're close with your parents and siblings or cousins. Maybe you have like family gatherings and things that you do routinely, and others notice this, and that is definitely the kind of thing that if it's been part of your life for so long, you might not even notice, like, oh, that adds a lot to my life, and that's a real gift that I have, and brings out a gift in me. So I think the gifts that would come out in you, pile 1, because you have this stable situation, is you feel very settled and secure and rooted. When you offer love or friendship or compassion to others, it comes from a place of abundance, like you have more than you need. And maybe you also are very generous in how you share with others. Maybe you invite others to your family events, whether that's just, your family, you and your cats, or you and a partner and children, or your family of origin, whatever the case, you share with others very readily. And there is just like this vibe of kindness coming through. This is bringing to mind a description I heard of a person once, that they're like a bright fireplace on a wintry day. So that's kind of the image that I'm getting for you. So let's see what else. Let's see what cards you have from the Light Seers Tarot deck. We have the Chariot, King of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Star. So other gifts you have that you might not always notice. You're a deeply empathic person that's actually very hopeful and positive. With the Nine of Swords, so this can be, depression, anxiety, sleepless nights, nightmares, overthinking, basically mental health challenges and stress. And obviously, most people don't think of these as like a gift. But if you think about it, have you ever, well, obviously you have since you have this card, if you've ever experienced those kinds of things, you know how valuable it is to be able to talk to somebody who knows what that's like. Can you imagine a world in which you're having, a depressive episode, but no one has ever experienced that, and no one can talk to you about their experiences or normalize what's happening for you? So you really have a gift of being able to help others feel understood and soothed when they're going through hard times, because you've experienced a lot of it yourself and you've come out the other side. And even if this is kind of like a cyclical thing for you, like maybe depression and anxiety is something that like comes and goes for you, you're always able to come out the other side. I don't want to say stronger. I don't really like that phrase. But it's like you trust that your energy body or your emotional body needs to go through these ups and downs, and there will be brighter times ahead. So it's almost more like you trust the process, and I think pile 1, that if you're feeling especially anxious or depressed, like that's a symptom, right, of something in your life that maybe needs attention, or maybe there's something unresolved that you need to work through. And so you take it as a signal, not as like something wrong with you or a problem, especially exactly, but as like, oh, I need to, my body's trying to tell me something. Why don't I listen and pay attention? And that really is a gift to have that point of view. It helps you actually move through those times much more easily than someone else would. And maybe you don't always see that because, of course, anyone who's having an anxious or depressive episode, like that's very overwhelming, and it's hard to see anything beyond that. So this reading is coming through to let you know that. With the King of Cups and the Chariot, it's possible you might be a Cancer, which is born in July, mostly July, I think, and or another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but you certainly don't have to be. The star is Aquarius also. So, but this combination of cards is saying like you have the gift of really being able to feel and sense your way through life. And I'm drawn to the horses here on the Chariot card. So horses are very intelligent animals and very emotional animals. Like they sense through their feelings, through their energy body, which way to go. I don't know if you've ever experienced like equine therapy, like therapy with horses. It's really kind of magical because whatever's happening in your life, like the horse will sense it. And let's say if you have boundary issues in your life, they'll start pushing your boundaries, or I don't know. There's lots of different ways that comes up. Share in the comments if you have more experience with like equine therapy. But basically what this is saying is that you have a very fine-tuned, well-developed energy and emotional body that help you move through life and help you provide support for others. And the last message I'm getting that's coming through for you, Pile 1, is that despite how it might feel for you at times, like you are winning at life. Like with the hand that you've been dealt with your family, with your mental health, with your physical health, with your the place you were born, whatever the combination was that you had, like coming to this planet, you've done an amazing job with it. And by amazing job, I just mean like you have made the most of what you have and you're really thriving. So that's amazing, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you did, and I'll see you again in another reading. Okay, Pile 2, welcome. If you chose this Your Example Inspires Me to Be Better card, let's see what else you have. These are from the Love Bombs Oracle. We have Your Generosity is Inspiring, and this place wouldn't be the same without you. So immediately what's coming forward to me from these three is some messages coming through from maybe like your workplace or your family and the difference that you make in that system. I think you really set the standard for people there of what it means to be either to be professional, to be kind, to be effective, to be a good person, to be inspiring, and to be generous. And so you set that bar for others, and others really look up to you whether they say this to you or not. This could be true even in your friend group, in your family, other places as well. And it's something you may not notice about yourself because it's just you, right? Like you've been you for a long time, so you don't notice how generous of a person you are or how important it is for you to move through life with a certain ethical standard or set of values. So with this place wouldn't be the same without you. It's not just that like you have this gift and it inspires others. Like it literally increases the value and the standard of any place that you're in. Reminds me of that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. So you are the rising tide and you lift and uplift anywhere you're around. So you may have heard this before in your life. Like if you ever have to leave, let's say a job or a family situation or a physical location, people might say like, oh, it's just not the same without Pile 2. And what they mean by that is like you bring this sense of like thriving, of expansion, of connection to like what's really important. And when you're not there anymore, it's like the wind is kind of taken out, the air is taken out of the room kind of feeling. So let me draw a few tarot cards as well. So what gifts might pile 2 be overlooking in themselves right now? I'm going to draw these from the New York City Tarot deck for you. So gifts that pile 2 might be overlooking. We have the Magician out first, which you could be a Gemini or an air sign. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, you don't have to be. Death card is Scorpio, water sign. That's a very powerful combination, those 2 cards. Let's see what else we get here. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Yeah, so Magician is a great card for you, pile 2. You're a change maker. And I don't think you actually even notice this that much. This is reminding me of a book I'm reading right now called Atomic Habits, which I guess has been a big bestseller for a while. But I heard it mentioned on White Rose Guidance's channel a few times, like so many times, and in so many readings that I had from her pick a cards. I was like, okay, I got to read this book. And it's really interesting because it talks about how, you know, change and growth don't happen from focusing on a goal so much as they happen from focusing on your daily habits, your daily choices. And if you focus on dialing in those habits and those small actions, then the results take care of themselves. And this is something that you intuitively already know and already live your life like this. So actually, if that's resonating for you, you might want to pick up the book Atomic Habits or check out the website because it might give language for things that like you do already naturally. But anyway, so the Magician with the Death card plus the Page of Pentacles, like here I'm really seeing like, so this guy's practicing basketball, which is reminding me just of, you know, doing things in a rhythm over and over. Death card's about change and transformation, something old leaving, something new coming. And Magician's about like the power of manifestation, being able to make something happen, power of change and transformation. And the Queen of Swords, I see her as just a very focused, very cerebral. Again, it's another air sign card. Very like cut and dry in a way and focus on the facts. Like, let's deal with what is. So it seems like that combined with your love bombs cards, that you're a person that you're very focused on your values, on what's important to you, and nothing else matters. And so you just focus on like, who do I want to be as a person? What is my identity? What is my role in this company, in this family, in this relationship? And how would someone act if that was their role? Well, okay, I'll take on those qualities. So you focus on just like taking the steps one at a time, one foot in front of the other, to be the kind of person that you want to be, that you respect, that you would want to have on your team or in your company. And by you focusing that way, like it happens, you become that. And so other people see you doing this, and to the outside, it looks so effortless because you're not, again, you're the magician. Like the magician, it's more like a flow. It's, I don't want to say easy, but the magician knows how to make things happen. And it's not about like pushing a rock uphill in the most difficult way possible. It's not brute force. It's not exhausting yourself. It's focusing on what matters and taking inspired action. So it makes sense that'd be an easy thing to overlook as a gift, because at a certain point, like it just becomes a routine. And then once it's a routine, once it's a habit, it's just you, and you don't even have to maintain it anymore, right? So you understand that, I guess, law of the universe, and it's very inspiring to others. And the amazing thing about that is anything you set your mind to, like, you know how to make it come to pass in your life. So that's amazing. I just want to pull one more card and see if there's anything I forgot to mention. Hanged One in reverse. Yeah, so it's like you're immune to being stuck in life. And maybe that's your greatest fear, pile 2, like being stuck in a place, being stuck in a relationship, stopping growing, like atrophying, like those would be some big fears for you. And I think Spirit wanted to have this extra card for you just to reiterate, like it's not in your nature for that to ever happen to you. Like it would literally be contradictory to everything about you as a person for you to stop growing and for you to shrink or to just stagnate. So have no fear, pile 2. That will not be your fate. So that was your reading, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe if you did, and I will see you in a future reading. Okay, pile 3, hello, how are you today? If you picked Your Smile is Contagious, thank you. This is going to be your reading. So let's see what other love bombs you have. You brighten the day of those around you. I trust you with my life. I admire your courage to be yourself. Okay, so right away with these cards coming out, I think you bring like a really vibrant lightness about you that lifts the spirits of others that you come in contact with. And this could be something as simple as like you interacting with a cashier during an errand, or one of your clients, or just something routine that happens at work or at home. You find little ways to insert a smile, a joke, a laugh, just to kind of lighten the mood and help people feel happy again. With this smiley face, this is reminding me of texting because it's an emoji. So there might be something that you do specifically with the people that you text or message that is just really inspiring to them as well, and is like the highlight of their day or their week when they hear from you, I'm hearing. You really have a gift with engaging people and helping their happiness, lightness, and brightness come out. So this might be a gift that you overlook because, you know, it's something that you do so often and so naturally that you may not even think about it. Pile 3, it's probably just like the way that you live your life is to go through the world with this kind of like sunny disposition. And now I'm going to pull a few cards from you. I'm going to use the Byzantine Tarot for this. I'm having, as I'm shuffling, I'm having an image of like the Sun card, you know, just this bright, hopeful, happy energy. And I think that's a gift you have that you sometimes overlook. Maybe sometime in the past you've had people criticize you for this or accuse you of being like shallow or making light of things when it's not appropriate or something. And the message I'm hearing is that if anyone's ever criticized you for that, that was more about them than you. And there is nothing wrong with how you presented yourself in those situations, especially if there's one coming to mind right now, a particular situation or instance where you brought this energy and were criticized for it. Spirit wants you to know like there was nothing wrong with how you showed up there. We have the Tower. The Tower as a gift you're overlooking. Wow, that's powerful. 10 of Cups. Three of Swords. I had two more that came out, the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Two of Coins. Bottom of the deck is the Diablos card or the Devil card. So, yeah, this is big, Pile 3. So you're not just like this happy-go-lucky person that's never had anything happen to them in their lives. Like, you've dealt with real darkness, real evil, I want to say. You've gone to the bottom. You've hit rock bottom and come back from it, and then hit it again, and then come back from it. And you're always trying to figure out like how to stay on top. how to not lose your faith and humanity in life, in your own world, in your own life, and your ability to make happen what you want to make happen. And so this is really a gift, like the optimism, the ability to build yourself back up from how low you've hit bottom. I mean, the Tower is like total destruction. Three of Swords is complete brokenheartedness and heartbreak. I'm surprised we don't have the Ten of Swords out here, but because I'm just getting a lot of intensity coming from these cards for you, for your reading. So the way that this is a gift is, number one, it gives you a lot of wisdom about life, about people. I think you've seen it all in terms of different kinds of people, and you know and have learned that that even like the best people, when given the right circumstances, really tough circumstances, can do some really reprehensible, evil or tough things. And so you really understand. I think this actually gives you a lot of compassion for others and for yourself by seeing just like how much our circumstances impact us. And what's that saying? But for the grace of God, there go I, which just means like, if I had the right circumstances, I'm sure that I would end up in prison too, or I would end up divorced too, or I would end up in whatever situation, you know? So, this is also reminding me of, or what's coming to mind is a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this. It's actually, so it's a photographer and videographer who interviews people that are living in Skid Row in Los Angeles, which is one of the largest communities of homeless folks in the world. And really non-judgmentally, this person just asks questions about each of these people's lives to understand like where they are and how they got there and what life is like for them now. And sometimes he'll even do like follow-ups with particular people to see how they're doing across time. And it's so fascinating to me and helpful and inspiring and heartbreaking, but to just like listen to the stories of these people and what they've been through. And, you know, if you see the title of a video that says something like, I don't know, multiple murderer or street worker or whatever some of the titles of the videos are, you come in with some preconceived judgments usually about that person. And it's just, I don't know. I would say I'm blown away every time I sit and really listen to one of those interviews to try to understand where someone's been in life and how they got to where they are. Anyway, you know a lot of that and have the wisdom of a lot of that just from your life experience. And you still make the choice to be lighthearted, to be positive, to bring in some laughter into your day, despite knowing how dark the world can be and how dark your own world can be, your own thoughts, your own experiences. You keep making the decision to show up as light and positivity in the world. And that's a really big deal, pile 3. That takes immense strength of character. And those that love you and that you're close to, like they see that and they appreciate that so much about yourself. This I'd trust you with my life card is really standing out to me right now as well. I mean, seriously, who says that? I don't know if I would say this about many people or anyone in my life. It just seems like such a big statement. So for this to be coming through as like a gift that you have, you're such a solid, trustworthy person, especially in really dark moments, dark situations. Again, like you've been there, you've been in these really dark moments for yourself. And so you know what somebody needs, you know how to show up for them, and you're consistent and reliable in doing that for others. So I'm just gonna check in and see if there's anything else that wanted to come through for your reading that was missed or just that Spirit wants to highlight. We have the Queen of Cups. Look at that. Beautiful card. So Queen of Cups, you're such a nurturing person. and I want to find a better word than nurturing. It's like, you know that feeling if you're physically really tired and you're able to jump into like a really fresh swimming pool or take a bubble bath after a long day or take a swim in the ocean or something, just like the coolness and refreshing and healing and supportive and nurturing energy of water. Like that's what I'm getting coming through about you, pile 3, that your vibe just kind of takes people in, helps them feel like they can just let go, like everything's okay, they're okay. And it's not because like you're doing anything or trying so hard, or it's your presence more than anything, which I'm just getting as acceptance, love, unconditional, positive regard. Like, I'm going to be myself, you can be yourself, and everything's okay and just as it should be, and we're going to make it to tomorrow. So, and I'm really struggling to find the words to describe this energy because it's very subtle, and let me just drop in for a moment and see if I can do a better job with just the right word. 1 second. I guess the closest thing that's coming through for me is peaceful. Just total acceptance and surrender. Surrender is a good word. Surrender to this moment, and not in like a throwing up your hands, like, well, I can't do anything about this kind of way. No, like the deeply embodied, like I choose to be present to this moment, whatever it's bringing to me kind of way, and I accept whatever is in my life. And so you have that in yourself, and you also offer that to others in a way that's just so healing and relaxing and soothing. And maybe you don't notice this about yourself because it's developed so slowly over time through so many difficult experiences, but it's truly a gift, pile 3. So that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in another reading.